Hello.
You made it, huh? I thought you couldn't make it today.
Yeah, but I decided I was going to see how you shaved, but I see you didn't.
I will a little bit later. I need a
Oh.
whole day to do it, to do it right.
Well, you need a good lawnmower.
I know. I know I have to borrow a couple of shavers besides my own,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's what happened. 3 weeks. A full 3 weeks I went.
All right.
Oh, well, okay. Next time I'll look a little bit nicer to you. Are you working? You working today?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a big inspection also.
You do. Oh boy, that's fun. That's fun. Yeah.
So where is everybody?
Well, I think it's going to be since he davens 7:30 until he finishes Shara gets home. He'll probably be not till 10 after. I was thinking about not maybe not till 10 after 8. All right, what can you do? Oh, there you go. Somebody. It's probably Harold, huh? He shoots in the first.
Hello, morning.
I told
Morning,
you. See, what did I say? I said that's Harold, the first one to make the noise. That's Harold.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are we holding? I forgot already.
72.
Wow. Okay.
Harold, did you hear that video that I told you about the guy?
Yes, it was excellent.
Was it excellent? Yeah, really good.
Wow, it was so well put together. Yeah.
So I sure was.
Yeah.
Sure was. Yeah. I Googled him. I think it said one time that he was in LA. I'm not sure if he's still here. He was doing something in LA.
Yeah, he used to live in Venice.
No, that's not the one. That wasn't.
Oh, that's not him?
That's Daniel Lopin. This is David Lopin. Yeah, it wasn't Daniel.
I think he's a brother of the guy who used to be a rabbi in
Venice.
Venice.
That could be.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
But the video was stunning, the way he delivers.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it was beautiful.
It sounds just so organized.
I know,
Yeah.
so beautiful, so beautiful. Yeah. The Jewish world has got a lot of beautiful and wonderful speakers that really.
Yeah, there's a lot of smart people out there. But thank God with the internet, you can find them. Years ago, it's like you never even heard about these people.
Right, that's right, yeah. I was up this morning about 4 hours looking. I have a cousin called Blue Greenberg. She's a Ganawa.
Oh yeah, I know who that is. Yeah, she's very well known, very liberal. No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Her father and my father were brothers. I was very close with them.
Wow.
Yeah, she's very positive. My first cousin. In fact, I went to Israel last time I went to visit her. She's very close with me. And her father and my father were two brothers that were also very close in business together. And my father, he lived in New York. He moved from Seattle to New York to do in the business. And my father was living in Seattle, and they were very close business. But the thing that made them the connection they had that were so close to each other was their learning. They both loved learning. And
wow, that's great.
Before they discussed business, they always told each other Dvar Torah.
So her name Blue. What's her real name? That must be a nickname.
Bluma.
I think. Okay.
Yeah. So that
makes sense.
So she changed it legally. She changed it to Blue.
Oh, okay.
Blue. Yeah, look it up. You could Google her. She wrote a lot of books.
Yes, very, very well known in the media.
Like I say, a little too liberal for me.
Yeah. Walter, have you eaten yet?
No, I'm still on
Still
diet.
holding out. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should make a collection for breakfast for one.
I mean, Eliza, maybe I can put the fund together for you.
Okay, I did meet you at Munchies this morning, so I hope they still stay in business because I have call in the freezer, so I don't want to use them.
Okay.
So I hope they have. Were they closed yesterday by chance for Munchies?
I have
not.
no idea. I
Don't know.
Yeah.
Mentions. Okay.
Don't worry about Ernie. He's not going to be for a while. He's going to go to Charlottesville, so they probably didn't finish.
Oh, he doesn't oven the
Yeah.
oven in the morning?
No, 7:30. He goes 7:30 in Charlottesville. Gets the oven there. No competition. He goes to the oven there. He's got a competition with the Mandelbaum brothers.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Nice outside so it gets so hot. It's going to be Shabbos. It's going to be pretty hot Shabbos walking the shul, huh?
What's that about Shabbos?
It's going to be pretty hot walking the shul, huh?
Yeah. You trying to drum up business for your show?
Yeah. I have a friend of mine. He has a house in Palm, someplace in Palm Springs. What's it, Rancho or something? Where you're at?
Yeah, that's next to it. Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Perry Green. He's from
Oh, I
Alaska.
know who he is. Yeah, he's a poker player.
Yeah, he's my he grew up. He's my oldest friend from Seattle. He grew up.
Oh yeah, I
in
see him
Seattle.
there all the time. I see him in
Yeah,
show on
yeah.
Shabbos.
He went to he moved to Alaska when he was a kid, and we've been in touch for a minute here. He's a terrific guy. He's really he
Yes.
wasn't. We did grow up for him, but it turns out he's got 5 children. 3 of his daughters are all Shomer Torah mitzvahs and grandchildren. It's amazing how he had growing up in Anchorage. He had, what he used to do? He was the fur business. He used
That's why he was in Alaska?
Yeah, his father moved up. His father had a fur. He used to go up to the higher part of Alaska and buy skins from the Eskimos.
Wow.
And take him down, and then he made fur coats, and he did really well. If anybody, you can Google him also. You can see that he's,
I know he's a well-known card player.
Yeah, I think at one time he went second in the world. I remember one time when he came second in the world, and he told me, I talked to him about a month ago. He said he's older than me, actually. There's not too many people older than me, but he said he went to a tournament here in LA. He came in, he won. This last one, he came in, he won it. But he was one of the top poker players in the world at one time.
Yes, yeah. He's a little guy.
He's a short guy, a little heavy, but he's a great kid. He's such a bachesed, very philanthropic, very, very philanthropic.
Yeah, I think I met his son or son-in-law. They moved to Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So,
yeah, I see them in Shoal quite often.
Yeah. So I'm gonna one of these days when he comes back in the winter, I think I'll go out to
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, are you ready? 6035 3225. 3646. 5580. 672. 90036. Yes, 85. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Is he coming? I guess he's still coming, huh? Hello?
Do you think Walt Ernie remembers it was this morning?
No, he was in the oven then.
Yeah, we both said. I mean, I
Yeah,
remember
no.
we're saying 8 o'clock.
He goes, still, yeah. Errol, I'll tell you a funny story about my friend Perry Green.
Yeah.
He was about 5 years old. I was
Hello?
little younger.
Buen día.
So he always had change in he always had change in his pocket. We didn't know how he got change because he'd always buy his candy.
Yeah.
Those days the milkman used to come around and leave milk in the bottles of milk, leave in the little box you had there by
Oh,
your
sure,
door.
by the door. Yeah.
And you put the women used to put a couple dollars there, and the milkman would take that and put change
¿Por qué no
back in the box. So
Yeah.
he
He
was
took
5
that
years
money.
old. He used to go
Ernie's
around
up on the
and
thing. Mario.
he used to go around and get the change before
Lo que no
the
quiero son
housewives
aire
picked it up.
acondicionados.
He always had rattling change in his pocket. And that way,
But-
change, he always bought his candy. He used to have candy.
Hable con.
Yeah, he was so
¿Son tres para un apartamento solo?
Yeah.
3 para 3 personas.
Ok, dígale a Flor que yo digo que sí, pero solo ventiladores. Ok.
Muchas gracias, Mario, le agradezco.
De nada, de nada.
We're on Iron Bay 72. Rabbi Yossi Hidamer Mili Lo Mimsrin L'Shaliach. Rabbi Yossi is the shita that you got to actually physically give something to a shaliach. You can't give him instructions. Maybe Rabbi Yossi will admit in the case where he says Imru, but then no, because Nafik Minei Churba. There might be a disaster. What'll happen is he's going to tell two people, Imru la soifer, say to the soifer, v'yichtov, and should write, and if the ploni tell these two people to be the eidim v'yachtamu. Umishum kitsufa the soifer, they're concerned that the soifer will be embarrassed that he wasn't asked to be an aid. Chayshil machat melei, he will join one of the eidim and sign. Ubalo amarachi. And the Baal didn't instruct that, and therefore the get is bottled. And the woman is going to get divorced and get married to somebody else, but she's an Ashes Ish. We had divided up the Mishnah between the two Tanoim. But Ravashi Amar Kula Rabbi Yossi, the Loma Boy Kama. The Mishnah is in a structure of not only this, but this also. Loma Boy, not only in the case of Heicha de Lo Amar Tanu. if he didn't say kisru v'tnu, elafilu amar tnu lo. He didn't say, even if he said tnu, the get is not kosher. If he didn't instruct, to the right, if he didn't give them something but just instructed. Elafilu amar lebeit lasa. Even if he said it to 3 people, lo, it wouldn't work. It's not just if he didn't say imru, nami lo. It also is not going to be a good get. Tanya Kavos Ravashi, Kosav Soifer Lishma. The Soifer wrote it with the right intent. The Chosmu Edim Lishma. And the Edim signed it with proper intent. Afal Pisha Katsmu v'Chasmu v'Nasnu lo. And then they wrote it and signed it and gave it to the husband who Nasnu lo. Areya get bottle. Ad Shishmu Kolo. He, the Baal himself, has to say Shiyomer l'Soifer Ksov v'la Edim Chsumu. And Yishmu, that they have to hear, Lafukim Imandomer Moed Rabbi Yosef Boimer Imru. It's to show that they don't hold of the Shita where Rabbi Yossi admits when he says Imru. And Kolo Lafukim Rav Kana Merav. It has to be his voice.
That's how he passed it
And Rav
also.
Kana Merav says that you're allowed to do that al Yidei Ksiva. And the halach is that even if the Baal said Imru l'Soifer, the Soifer should not write the get, and the Edim should not sign until they hear it directly from his mouth. The Ramot says that if they were over this halach, and they did it based on Imru, it's a suffix megurashes. Mishnah. Person says to his wife, here's a get, im mati. If I die. Because he doesn't want her to follow Yibum. But a dead man can't give a divorce. You have to give a divorce when you're alive. Or zegitech mecholiz, if I don't get healed from this illness. Or zegitech lachar misa. This is your get after my death. All of these cases, lo amar klum. A get is not chal, cannot be given after misa. However, if he says zek itech me'ayom imati, he adds that word me'ayom or me'achsha. I raise a get. Then on his death, the get is chalam afreya from the day that he said me'ayom and me'achsha.
Ernie, are these the same gets they gave the soldiers when they went to war? Basically the same.
Yes, but you have to say
Okay.
that. So there's a machlokes there by the sugi is by David HaMelech and Bashava. And Uri Achiti. So if you remember, there was a machlokes Arishonim. Some say they gave complete gets, and when they came back, they remarried them. So it was a get al t'nai. Some have this kind of get al t'nai, but they had to say the word me'ayom.
Okay.
Okay. So absolutely, that way they wouldn't follow Yibum. And now, if he says me'ayom ula achar misa, that's a suffix. If his kavana is me'ayom, or it really his kavana is that he wants it to be after misa. So get ve'eno get. So what does that mean? In Mace, he dies without children. His wife choletzes v'lo misyabemes. Maybe it's not a get, and she's like a regular yavama who can't marry to another person without chlitza, so she needs chlitza. But you can't do yibum because maybe it's a good get, and a grushas ach is usher to do yibum. So get ve'eno get implies choletzes v'lo misyabemes. Zegitech mehayom imati mecholi zeh. He used the proper language. He said me'ayom. If I die from this illness, then v'amad v'alach pashuk. Then he got better. He was walking around, And then he got a second illness, v'chala umes. So the doctors, oim din oisoi, they have to do an evaluation. If this was a leftover from the original illness, I raise a get, because if I died from this choili, and that's what he said, if it's the original choili, the get is chal, he filled the tonight. But if it was a new illness, imlav ain't no get. So again, one of these halachas where the doctors have to get involved. Alma, so zegitech imati, and we say it's not a good get, it's kilachar misadami. It's as if he said kilachar misa. But then Hadr Tani mehayom imati, me'achshav imati, alma imati lav kilachar misadami. It doesn't imply that it's being given after death. Amrabaya imati shnei lashonis mashma. It means two things. Mashma kima achshav, umashma kilachar misa. It's a t'nai that if I die, the get will be miskayim. But the imati part is just the trigger that when I die, there will be a get. Amr la me'ayom kimanda amr la me'achshav dami. It means me'achshav, and amr la me'ayom kimanda amr la lachar misa dami. That the get will have a chalois only after once his death triggers it. So the Mishnah said, "Ze gitech gemati lo amar klum." He doesn't, because a dead man can't give a get. Amar Ravuna, the choyletzes. She gets chlitza, because maybe it's a good get. It means choyletzes because maybe it's not a good get. But there's no yibum because maybe it was a get. But why do you think, why should there be a havamina that it was a good get? The Mishnah said, lo amar klum. So, lo amar klum tasiri la alma. She can, lo amar klum, meaning it's not lo amar klum because
Amisa.
she remains usher to everyone else like every other yavama without either chlitza or yibum. But liyabim nami asira, because can't do yibum because maybe it was a good get, and she's not the brother's wife anymore. Afraid the Gemara of Ami to say for choylet says, we said get ve'eno get was a suffix get. We said in that case choylet says michlal dereisha yivumi nami miyabma. We would say that when we say lo amar klum, it means it's not get at all. So she was the brother, she was the wife's brother. Excuse me, she was the brother's wife, and there should be full yibum, and there's no suffix. So there's no kasha on Rav Huna. Masnis and Rabbanon, they actually hold that the get is not chal at all, and in fact, the Isha, in the case of the Reisha, would have yibum. But Rav Huna is coming to tell us that he holds like Rav Yossi. Sha'omar, zmanu sh'shtar mochiach alav. It all depends on what the date that they put on the get. If the date is me'achshav, so then he wants the get to start from now, even if he didn't say it in the star like mehayom. So we look at the date. So Rav Yossi, chalitza nami lo teboy. So according to Rav Yossi, the way we're learning, the get's a perfectly good get. Why should you need chalitza? Because maybe Rav Huna, who's giving us the salacha, he was in doubt. Is the halacha like Rav Yossi or not? So he's machmir like two shitos. That cholet says because maybe the halacha is like Rav Yossi, but no yibum because maybe the halacha is like the Rabbana. But the Gemara says umim esavkale. I'm going to show you that Rav Huna was not Mesupik. Rabba bar Avua Cholosh. Rabba got sick. All the Gabi Rav Huna of Rav Nachman. Rav Huna of Rav Nachman went to visit him. Armalei Rav Huna of Rav Nachman. Boy, my name is Rabba bar Avua. Halacha Rabbi Yossi, o ein halacha. Is halacha of Rabbi Yossi or not? That the Zmanu shall get his mochia. Armalei. Time at Rabbi Yossi lo yadan. I don't even know what the svara of Rav Yossi is. Halacha, boy, you want to know? Want me to tell you what the halacha is like? Amarlei, at boy mine halacha. You should ask him what the halacha is. But time at Rav Yossi, I don't even. I'll explain to you the svara. So boy mine, Rav Nachman asked Rabba bar Avua. Amarlei hachi amar Rav halacha Rav Yossi that the zmana shall get is mochia. The boss of the Nafik, after he left, Armalei Rav Huna said to Rav Nachman, Hainu time Rav Yossi to cover zmana shall shtar mochia chalam. His kavanah is based on the date, and that he wants to get to Chticha from that date, even if he didn't say Me'ayom. So it's clear that Rav Huna held that Allah is like Rav Yossi. So it's not Mesupik. So we're back to our question. If it's according to Rav Yossi, there should be regular Yibum. Why is he requiring Chlitzah? We said, oh, maybe he's Mesupik, who's the halacha, but it's clear now that he's not Mesupik. Ella. So in a Shtar Matana, if a person writes the date now, it's Mochiach that he gave the kinyan of the Matana now. Even if it doesn't say Ma'ayom Lachar Misa. That's by Shtar Matana. So back to the Gemara El Misap. What was Rav Huna Misapik bring? El Misapik lay I Amar Rabbi Yossi Balpeh I Lo Amar. When Rabbi Yossi said that every star has a chalois from the time that you write it, and is it always that he has to be moisif the words Zegi Techemati? Since the Tanai is written near the Zman, we can say the Zman is Mochiyah. But if he says something al peh, he really changed his mind. And maybe he has in mind Lachar Misa only. So it would not be a good get. Or Ilo Omar. So, Freit the Gemara Mima Safkale. Did Rav Huna, was he in doubt about that? Vatnan. If I don't come back in 12 months, the get will be a good get. He dies, ain't no get. Because he didn't say the word me'ayom, and you can't give a get after you're dead. And there would need to be yibum. V'tani Allah, Rabbi Seinu tiru linase. The Chachamim said no, the get was a good get. She's a grusha, and she's not oimid liyibum. V'amrina man Rabbi Seinu. Who is these Rabbi Seinu? Amir Rabbi Shmuel. Beidina desharu mishcha. The Beis Din that aserd yayin nesach, but matired shemen neshach. It means oil of goyim. There is no isser. V'savila Rav Yossi. That these, when we say Rabbi Seinu here, we're referring to Rabbi Yossi. We look at the Zman. So, and that lechora works even when he said it tonight Balpeh. So we go back to the question: why does Rav Huna require chlitza? Ela mesafkalei hi halachik Rabbi Yossi Balpeh Oh, ein halacha. Is the halacha like Rabbi Yossi what he did at Balper? No. More again rejects it. We're not mesupik. Bamar Rava, person says to his wife, "Areza gite chimati." Here's your get with my death. Or shani mace. Areza get. Yaakov, I'm teaching Daf Yomi now.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Now, why isn't it a get? Ain't a get. Echidami. Ilay meshamer lo mehayom imati. And we're going by the Chachamim. Tzricha lemeimar? Of course, vatnan. Mehayom imati arez a get. Elalav shelo amer lo mehayom. He didn't say mehayom. And it's Rabbi Yossi, because we go after the Zman. Shmaminu alochik Rabbi Yossi. There's no proof. The Rabbi Pshita lay. What the halach, that the halach is like Rav Yossi, even when he said the extra words balpeh. Rav Huna misafkele, but Rav Huna was in doubt. If you want, I'll give you a different answer. Lo oilam shomer lo mayom, and it's the Rabbana. But hani lishni tzrichalei. We needed a chiddush to tell me sha'ani meis, which was not a language that was mentioned in the Mishnah, is like imati domi. But the word kisha'amus is la'achar misa domi. Viki di masla sefer. Some say this sugya is learned on the sefer. Zeki tech la'achar misa lo amar Ravuna. Well, the div Rav Yossi Cholet says, according to Rav Yossi, she would still need chalitza. Pshita mi the sefer the Rabbanon. When it adds mehayom, we know that the Chachamim say cholet says. So Reisha Nami, the Rav Yossi cholet says, because he says there's manashal shtar mochiach. There's no proof. Wow, the same of Rav Yossi, Baha Karebi sphere. Shamar Gita Ma'ayavi. Rabbi held was a perfectly good get. The chalitza nami lo teboy. Kamash one shalor Rabbi Savar la Rabbi Yossi. Below Rabbi Yossi Savar la Karebi. Each one has their own shita. Rabbi lo Savar la Rabbi Yossi ditani. In the Mishnah that said Me'ayom lachar misa, we said kazeh get. So what is that limu'ute? It's to exclude from Rabbi Yossi was mesupik. Rabbi Yossi lo Savar la Karebi diktani. Kazeh get limu'ute Rabbi. So they're not the same. Now, what is this sheet of Rebbe? Ma'i, the Tanya. Me'ayom lachar misa. The Mishnah said get, ve'no get. Divrei chachamim. Rebbe Omer kazeh get. No, it's a good get kosher, and doesn't need chalitza. And what's Rabbi Yosef? Ma'i? It's not. Hisfu tenu get liishti. Write and give a get to my wife in lo basim mikan vat shnei masar chodesh. In kasvu b'toch shnei masar chodesh. If this was written within the 12 months, the nasnu la'achar shnei masar chodesh eno get. Rabbi Yossi Omer kazeh get because the zman shel shtar will be mochiach. And if it was written at the time that they wrote it, he clearly had intent that he wants it to have a chalois retroactively. Then we said zegitech me'ayom imati mecholize the omad, and he got better. The holach b'shuk, then he got sick again and died. So the doctors have to check whether he died from the first illness. Amrav Huna Gito Kimatanoso. A shchiv mara, somebody who's lying on his deathbed. When he gives a gift, we give it, even if he didn't say tnu. A get is the same thing. Ma matanos, and for another halach. Ma matanoso im omad. Choizer, if the shchimara gets better, and he gave away all of his assets, if he gets better, the gifts go back to him. He didn't want to give it if he's not going to die. Avgito, im omad choizer. He also was only giving the get if he's going to die, but it would reverse if he got better. And we continue. Umagito, afagav shlop piresh, he didn't explain exactly that that's what he meant, but we explain for him and we give the get. Kivin Shamar Ksuvu, if all the Shchiv Mara said is write it, we figure because he's confused because of his illness, Afagav Shlomer Tnu.
Hello,
Aló, buenos días, Mario, ¿cómo está?
bien.
Bueno, molestándola. Me llamó la señora María que se aprobó los 3 abanicos.
Mario,
Sí, le dije a ella que hable con usted. Dice que son mayores.
Mario,
Sí,
mute it.
yo le expliqué a
Mario,
Carlos.
mute, Mario.
Okay. So that just like a get, even Shamar Ksuv Afal Pishalom Artnu, we give it Af Matanoso when he wants to give a gift. Kivin Damar Tnu Afal Gav Shlo Konum Yode. Normally, when you give a gift, you make a kinyan. So even though he didn't make a kinyan, we give it. So we ask a kasha Tanan from our Mishnah. Here's the get. If I die from this illness, the Amad Valach Bashuk v'Chala Umeis. Oim Di Moisoi. Imach B'Schali Arishon Meis. Arez a get. Im Lav Eno get. V'i Amrit Im Amad Choizer. But if we said that if the guy got better, we go back and the get's not good. Lamali Undina. We don't need a doctor's evaluation. Arei Amad. Right away, the get should be bottled. Amar Mar Breda Rav Yosef Breda Rava. Shenitik Mechoil L'Choil. He didn't get completely better. He went from one illness to another illness. And we need to check, a doctor has to evaluate, are they connected or not? So there was no real amida. So it's not Amad that he got completely better. He got better. It says he was walking around the marketplace. Yeah, he walked around with crutches. He was still sick. Okay. So tomorrow we'll learn in shul 6:30. Okay?
Good. Very good. Have a good Shabbos.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good job.
Shabbos. Should be a great Shabbos.
Yes.
Shabbos, Shabbos, Shabbos.
Shabbos.